what's up? It's Tati, and I'm back with another review of AEW Rampage. We started off the night with Aussie Open versus the Best Friends, and I didn't really remember hearing this, but this match was for the IWGP Tag Team titles, so automatically you already knew the Best Friends wasn't going to win it. Aussie Open won it a week ago, and also whoever would have won this match would have gone against the Motor City Machine Guns at the Capital Collision pay-per-view, which is tonight. I will be reviewing that. So now we already know Aussie Open is a very solid tag team. Best Friends, they're a great tag team, but I don't think that they're better than Aussie Open. So I knew that with this match, this will definitely bring out the best in the Best Friends, because they're really going to have to keep up with a really, really strong tag team. Now, the match was on high energy throughout the whole time. These two teams were full of energy, and I really like that. And the crowd was behind them. I really feel like I don't know what's going on with the Best Friends or whatnot. They don't really need to be a tag team. This is something that I feel like they should do once in a while, where they team with each other. But really, I would prefer to see somebody like Trent Beretta to be on his own as a singles competitor. Unfortunately, there is like too many people in AEW right now to really focus on solo competitors, especially when the tag team division needs help. Either way, I really did enjoy this match. It was really fun, and I do think that the Aussie Open did really help get the best out of the Best Friends with this match. I wasn't really even concerned about if the Best Friends would win this match, because the titles were on the line. I kind of hate when it feels like it's predictable, but if the titles weren't on the line, then it would have been either way, where I would have felt at times that the Best Friends could have won this. However, Aussie Open were the better team, and they end up getting the win for this. So they will be on the pay-per-view later on today, defending those titles once again. It was a great way to start off the show. So backstage, we have a really confusing moment with Mark Briscoe, with Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and Satnam Singh, and Sanjay Dutt. Something just feels really, really weird here. So Mark Briscoe says that Jay had tricked him, and I'm wondering, how did Jay trick Mark Briscoe? Am I missing something here? First of all, we did have Tony Khan weeks ago during an interview, not on the show, saying that Mark Briscoe did not want to do any tag matches, I guess, for the rest of his career, right? So when Jay Lethal had approached him the other week and said that they should do things together, I kind of thought they meant like being a tag team. So now we have here on Rampage, Mark Briscoe's back there with all of them, and he's going to be part of an 8-man tag, and he's like, I didn't sign up for this. Like, he doesn't want to work with the other guys. He only want to work with Jay Lethal. If he only wants to work with Jay Lethal, doesn't that mean he wants to be in a tag team? I have no idea where they're going with this. It was really, really weird. After that, we had FTR come out, and they had a promo talking about their tag team champions once again for AEW, and how they have signed a contract with AEW for 4 years. I believe it was 4 years, and that they're not going anywhere or whatnot. To be honest, I think this was a really great call for them to get the titles, because really I felt like the tag division just got fucking lost out of the blue after the whole thing with the Acclaimed in the Guns. So I really hope with FTR being champions, they could really revive the tag division in AEW. They really, really need to start off from scratch, because it's just been ruined. Next, we have 8-man tag action. We have Mark Briscoe, Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, and obviously Sanjay Dutt ringside. And they're going against the Spanish Announce Project and Man Scout. Now, I don't even know where to even begin. Like I said, the whole thing with them coming together was a little bit weird. During this match, it was definitely meant to be a squash match, obviously. However, I just felt no sense of unity with these guys. And I think that's kind of the point, but it felt like a little bit of a waste of time, because it's like, okay, we have these three guys here wanting to prove to Mark Briscoe why he should be, with this group, but then yet they had nothing where they showed like some type of cohesion. So it just felt so weird with Mark being there, and honestly I didn't like it at all. I feel like something here is not making sense. Stop it while you guys can. Mark Briscoe wanted to focus on being a solo competitor, so I think we shouldn't drop the ball on that. We should continue what we're doing in ROH. I feel like whatever is going on in ROH should kind of show still on AEW. If y'all want to put Mark on AEW TV, don't have a completely different storyline going on over there. I just feel like it just doesn't work. I absolutely didn't like this. Obviously, they end up taking the win. It just didn't feel right at all. Wherever they're going with this, stop it now. Next, we had Emi Sakura versus Taya Valkyrie. This was actually Taya's longest match since she's been in AEW. And look, I really think that Emi Sakura is probably one of the best female wrestlers that AEW has. She's obviously one of the trainers, and they do use her as an enhancement talent, and that's cool or whatnot. So I do feel like with this match, this really helped Taya look much better, because Emi is a really great competitor, and she wasn't going to be out in 2 minutes or less. She ended up having, I want to say close to 10 minutes in the ring with Taya. So that really felt refreshing, because we haven't seen her go that long in the ring. So we got to see different things from Taya. Like, for people who've never seen her, they got to see more of her with Emi in the ring. Now, during this match, we do have Jade and Layla come out, and they're watching from the stage, and they're just seeing, what she got going on. And with that, Taya is distracted with Jade being there. So that helped Emi take control into this match. So all that stuff is cool. They're still going with the storyline or whatever, and having actually a decent match compared to all the other matches that she's had since she's been there. So now we do have Taya going for the win, hit the road to Valhalla, and Emi loses. Then we have Layla, who comes in while Taya is celebrating, and she goes and tries to attack her, and then Taya ends up hitting the road to Valhalla onto Layla. So then Jade was like, fuck it, I'm over it. And she goes into the ring, and they start going at it. And finally, we get to see something physical between these two. So that's something I've been waiting for with this storyline ever since it started. So they're going at it. Mark Sterling's not there, or anybody to help, get these girls away from each other. And just when Taya was going to put the Jaded onto Jade, then we have Layla, who goes and help Jade, and then Jade ends up putting the Jaded onto Taya Valkyrie, and then just trash talking her right after that. And honestly, finally, I feel like we got to see a physical exchange between these two. All we need now is the date of the match, and for Jade to lose this title, because like I said, she needs a lot of improvement, even though I do like her. But I feel like we have no clue in sight when the storyline is going to be over. It's time. It's definitely time for it to be over. Next, we have JS coming out, and Jake Hager doing his little rap or whatever. The Acclaim came out and attacked them. It was boring. Anyway, main event time. We do have Jack Perry versus Shawn Spears. Finally, I do feel like we had a really great main event on Rampage. We do start off the match with the interviews that they do with Mark Henry before the match starts, and Shawn is basically explaining how he's been gone for a few months because he has a son now, so congrats to him, and that he's no longer friends with MJF, so there's no alliance between these two. So coming into this match, Shawn Spears was definitely a babyface. So it's like two baby faces going against each other, even though people are used to of seeing Shawn being behind MJF and whatever tactics that he's doing or whatever. We got to see him in a completely clean skate, and I was wondering if that was going to last throughout the whole match. So going into this match, both of these guys are definitely showing off a really competitive side, because they both would like to face MJF for the world title. And I just feel like Sean definitely has a story, but we've already started off a strong storyline with the Pillars. So already knowing that Jack is going to end up winning this because of everything that's been going on. All members of the Pillars have gotten, I want to say, 2 wins so far. And this was Jack's second win as well. So it just felt like for storyline purposes, they were obviously going to keep going with what they were going with. But Sean really did give him a really great fight. This was a really great way for Sean to come back despite not winning. I would actually like to see him on ROH here and there as well. I do feel like he'll probably fit in a little bit better with what's going on over there, since I do feel like they have more, I guess you could say, more solid matches over there. So I hope he does go there. But anyway, this was a really great match. Had it not been for the storyline, I wouldn't even mind seeing Sean picking up the win here. But Jack Perry does end up winning. He does counter a crucifix from Shawn Spears and end up getting the win. I just felt like the way it happened, it looked really weird. It just didn't feel satisfying based off of everything they were doing in the match. They had a really great chemistry and energy throughout that match, so the ending just felt like a little sour to me. I don't know if other people might have felt the same way, the way he ended up pinning him. It just felt so easy, but yet just didn't feel like the same type of energy going throughout that match. Either way, Jack wins. I always find it a little bit strange when either of these guys are wrestling and we have what's his name, Darby or Sammy watching backstage. It's like, okay, we get it, y'all watching, but you know, they're going with the storyline. They're gonna keep going. I think it needs to spice up a little bit, but with Sean back in AEW, I really hope that when he said he's not going to be helping MJF, I hope that is something that they're going to stick with, because I feel like going into that Fatal 4-Way match, whenever that ever happens, that each of them need to come in really, really strong. All 4 of them, even MJF, who does use cheating, he needs to continue the storyline without anyone's help. I really feel like that would make a total difference if he would have made it to that pay-per-view all on his own with no help from anybody. This will make the storyline much more stronger, and even though he's heel, it will make him look so much more credible if no one else gets involved to help MJF with this storyline. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I did enjoy Rampage. Better matches this time, longer matches with the women's match. Can't wait to see what happens with Jade once she loses the title and Taya ends up winning. I really want to see some new things, new people going for gold. Like, these women's storylines are killing me right now. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll be back later with Capital Collision. I have high hopes for that. Bye.